I just hit the stream button. I think I'm streaming. Hold on. I'm gonna check. Is the audio going? Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Okay, I hear myself on delay. Alright, it's working. Glorious. Okay. Hey, welcome in, Charlie. How's it going? How is everything? I did not have a plan for today, and I was like, oh man, I'm starting later than I could have. I could have started earlier, but I was like, I'm hungry, let me eat something, and then here we are. So, but I didn't have an actual excuse for like not streaming today. I'm like, I feel fine. I was a little bit tired, but otherwise, no other reason. So, I should really stream. That's basically what it came down to. Here we are. I also don't feel like advertising, so at least that'll alleviate, some of the eh. Ice Flame X, welcome in. How are you doing? Hopefully you're doing well, Iced Flame. We're just getting started. Nobody's missed anything yet. I was actually going to advertise, and then I decided I'm not going to advertise. I even told myself I was going to change my shirt, and then I didn't change my shirt. So here we are. I'm in this shirt. Actually, if anybody cares, this is an old Blockbuster shirt. So yeah. Ice Flame says, "I'm doing great. Excellent. Great to hear, Ice Flame X." Let's see. No, I've been super busy this week. Uh, Between like work and planning things with the family. Because also my baby's birthday is coming up, her second birthday. So I'm going to. We're planning to have a party for the baby. Well, I guess she's a toddler now, so I can't help it. I'm always calling her my baby, even though she's not really a baby anymore. But anyway, if anybody wants to see some magic, the queue is open. The trick list is open if anybody wants to request anything. Otherwise, we'll do what we normally do. I have to warm up. And then there is one newish trick that I want to show today. And then everything else is kind of a redux, but I think if we enumerate all the tricks that I've ever done on stream, it's probably been like 80 different tricks, even though there's only like 60 tricks on my trick list. So, okay. So, all right, unboxing. I mean, it's not a new taking out the Twitch deck. So, I finished up getting affiliate set up today. Oh, Ice Flame X. That is great news. Excellent. Um, let's wait for a few more people, and then we'll give you a shout out. And we'll announce, hey, you are getting affiliate. I actually think, hold on, I have more space. Oh, this part is not magical. Hold on. There we go. I have more space in my title. Let me see. Can I also... Yes, I can do this. Ice Flame X. I'm also going to add you to my stream title. I don't know if you have to refresh or if it's going to happen right away, but I think Ice Flame X. Okay, all right. So, Gibson Lens, hello, welcome in. Forloris, hello, welcome in. Forloris, I don't know if you noticed something different next to your name, but you have a diamond now. And so, let's see. SROM Music, hello! SROM Music, thank you so much for the raid. How are you doing today? I feel like I literally just started, like moments ago. I haven't even done setup. Um, hey, welcome in E-Room. Yeah, thanks for giving SROM Music a shout out. You did just start. Yes, I did just start. What does the diamond means? Oh, so for Loris, if you have a diamond next to your name, if you hover over it, it says that you're a VIP. E-Room says, hi, Nam. Hi, E-Room. How's it going? And then, hi, SROM. How's it going? So, yeah, if anybody is not following SROM Music, please give SROM Music a follow. So I've caught SROM streams being music streams, also watching like old movies as well. So let's please give SROM Music a follow. Okay, cool. So, all right, where were we? Oh yeah, I just took out the Twitch deck, and then I know everybody wants to see the deck sock. So here we go. Here's the deck sock. Nothing has yet happened. SR Music making music to old movies. Ah, okay, excellent. For Loris says, "Oh, I'm so flattered. Thank you." Oh, For Loris, my pleasure. You're here like a lot of the time, and you're always requesting tricks, asking questions, getting hype. So I appreciate it. SR Music. The whole point of my stream today was to raid you, cause magic. What? No way. Seriously, SR Music. Thank you so much. You know what that means. We have to do a trick for SROM Music. SROM, if you would like to request a trick, feel free. The queue is open, and if not, let me find... I'm pretty sure you signed one, so... I just have to remember which one it is. You signed the Jack of Spades, so we can do a trick with SROM Music signed Jack of Spades. But thank you so much for the raid. Greatly appreciate it. Actually, before we get started, let me introduce myself to anybody who's new, who doesn't know me. I assume a lot of you already know me probably because I hang out in like InfoZar's stream. But hi, my name's Nam, also known as Crazy Asian, spelled with KR and 3 N's. And if you didn't know, I like sleight of hand card magic. So that's basically all I do here. I also like to make dad jokes, and I talk about weird random things that just come to my mind. I also talk about my kid because she's almost 2 years old, so excited to be a dad. So this is my first 2-year-old. It's my only well, not 2 yet, but will be soon. Iced Flame X! Thank you so much for the 1,000 bits! Oh my god, what is Iced Flame. Okay, alright. Iced Flame X, if please request a trick, or if you would like, let me know. I'll do a trick as well for Ice Flame X because thank you so much. Let's see. I know Ice Flame has also signed one. Let me find that one. Or maybe that is the King of Spades. We could also do a trick maybe with both of these cards. That's why I was asking about your start time last week. Oh, okay. That totally makes much more sense now. Okay, SROM. Thank you so much. All the dots are connecting together now. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's see. What can we do? All right. You know what? There's a new trick that I want to do, and if I mess this up, it's a new trick. But I'm going to try and risk it for the raid from SROM Music because let's see. Oh, and SROM. Oh, never mind. SROM has requested Hitchcock Aces, and then we'll do the other trick. So, all right. Let me figure out if I remember. By the way, Hitchcock Aces. This is not a trick to warm up with because it is difficult. But we're gonna try to do it anyway. Like I should be able to do this hopefully on off the cuff. That's the hope. But if I can't do it, then it's alright. It'll be a boss trick, and I gotta have some boss tricks so I can practice for next time. But yeah, so I've been practicing this one new trick that is not really a trick that I learned from somewhere. I was trying to improvise a trick. So I might do that after after this one. Do it later. I'm not going anywhere. No, no, no. That's okay. That's okay. We're going to try it right now. We're going to do it first. Okay. And if I start over, it's okay. It's not a big deal. All right. So I did need to separate the 4 aces. Okay, let's make sure you guys can see. Am I centered? I don't feel like I'm centered. Is that better? Worse? Irrelevant? Okay. Alright. Here we go. Okay, first things first. We have the 4 aces. Let me introduce them to you. We have the ace of clubs. We have the ace of hearts. We have the ace of spades and the ace of diamonds. Now the ace of spades is our leader ace, and it's usually the ace that we use to try and keep things together. So all the aces will hopefully hop down here. But what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and place the other 3 aces out like this. And then now I'm going to have to remember what the next step is. Okay, so what we're going to do is turn this face down. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just place some random card down with the ace of spades. And we're going to go ahead and take 3 cards and place it on top of this ace, whichever one it happens to be. And with the help of our magical talent, not me, the deck sock. The deck sock will do all of the magic. That ace is going to traipse. I know, it's a vocabulary word. It's going to traipse from this pile all the way down here. Because if I show you, now these 4 cards, none of these are aces. That ace, well, we know this is the ace of spades. That ace is the ace of hearts, has traipsed from here to there. The real MVP, or the realm MVP as well. Kismet Divine, what's up, Crazy Asian? Hi, Kismet. I am doing a warm-up trick, which is actually a hard trick, but we got raided like by SR Music. Thank you, SR Music, for the raid. Basically, as soon as I started. So, okay. Next one, I'm gonna go ahead and place a card down here along with these aces, and I'm gonna go ahead and place 3 cards here. Now remember, we're going to have the sock make the ace travel from one place to the other. We said traipsing earlier, but how about now it's going to scurry. If you're afraid of mice, I'm sorry for putting that image in your head. But if I show you now, there are no aces here. That ace has scurried down here. Now, some people, does the sock need to be clean for the trick to work? Well, first of all, this sock, full disclosure, is always dirty because the sock is doing the dirty magic trick for me. I'm not doing any magic. So, now some people think that maybe the aces weren't there, but let me just show you that this is indeed the ace of diamonds. And so, what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just show you that we'll leave these aces face down over here. So that ace of diamonds is going to remain there. Okay. And then if you were here, I would ask you to place your hand on top of this and tell you what, since you are not trusting of the sock, I'm going to go ahead and put my mouse, the actual mouse that is connected to the laptop right now, right here. Oh, actually, I have to stick 3 other cards in there as well to make sure that I don't get in there. Now, I promise you at the end of this trick, we're going to have all the aces together. Now, that's not an ace, obviously. So if I go ahead and place that down here, all I would need to do is have the deck sock touch both piles. And Kismet Divine says, American Pie sock. Lovely. For Loris, thank you so much for the transporter. I'm going to try my hardest not to move stuff because I know that the big... Maybe I should make that a little bit smaller, or at least place it like up here in the on my chest. But would you believe that all of the aces are right here? Would you believe this? Because, I mean, you saw that the ace of diamonds, very bottom, and it was under your hand the whole time. Under your hand. That's obviously a mouse. Not the scurrying kind of mouse. It's a different kind of mouse. Okay. But look. Let me tell you that you're right. These are actually not the aces, because these are some other cards that the deck sock has swapped, because all the aces would be under your hand. And so if we go ahead, we knew that this was the ace of diamonds. This is the ace of clubs. That's the ace of hearts. That's the ace of spades. But what are these? Well, they have to match, because otherwise it's not a great trick. These are the four kings. King of spades, king of hearts, king of clubs, and king of diamonds. And that, my friends, is Hitchcock aces. The lies. They're the Kismet K cards. I knew it. You knew it. Okay, let's see. So anyway, SROM Music, thank you kindly so much for the raid. That was for you. Hopefully you enjoyed that. And let's see. Oh, thank you kindly for the applause. Thank you kindly for the claps. SROM Music. Kiss Miss Divine. Lol, no aggressive claps here? No, sorry. I just have the standard clap and then the applause audio alert. Okay, cool. So, let's go ahead and first order of business, let's go ahead and give a shout out. I know we did shout out SROM Music earlier. Thank you so much, Gibson Lens. Let's give SROM Music a shout out once again. If you're not following SROM Music, please give SROM Music a follow. Doing music, old time movies, and music to old time movies. Also a friend of the Magic Twitch community, so please give SROM Music a follow. We also have Iced Flame X. If you are not following Ice Flame X, please give Ice Flame X a follow. Ice Flame X actually is newly affiliated and plays piano, and I've seen Ice Flame X doing some wood shop streams. So, all right, let's see here. Let's give our friend Charlie's Beats a shout out. Charlie's Beats streams music, games, and is omnipresent in many Twitch music chats. So if you've been in other music streams, you've probably seen Charlie's Beats before. Let's see. Let's also give our friend E-Room, came in with the raid, a shout out. E-Room does probably the legitimate thing of being a variety streamer, streams variety different things. You might find E-Room opening random packages. You might see him exploring the city nearby. You might see him doing weird experiments. Like it's so E-Room. I've I popped in a couple times, but I've actually lurked a few more times. So usually you're streaming when I'm working, so I don't have the chance to really hang out. But it's super hilarious. E-Room rated me. We can thank him for most of the years. Thank you so much for rating SROM, E-Room, and thank you for the raid, SROM. Let's see here. And then, let's see, who else? Let's give our friend Kismet Divine a shout out. Let's see. Kismet Divine Gamer. Last I saw playing Diablo 4. So if you are into variety gaming, Kismet Divine plays a lot of games. So let's see here. All right, let me know if I missed anybody else that's hopped in. And then, of course, our illustrious mod. If you are not following Gibson Lens, please give Gibson Lens a follow. Plays piano, lots of original compositions. So, all right, cool. I am also thirsty, so if anybody wants to take a hydrate as well, if you're thirsty, go ahead and drink whatever you're drinking. If it's alcohol, drink responsibly. Okay, let's see. All right, what are we going to do? I'm going to be trying a new trick, a trick that has no name because I basically came up with it the other day, and hopefully it is awesome. I'm going to need some helpers, actually, but let me, you know what? Let me find. Okay, this would be awesome. All right, there we go. Okay, since it's a little bit off, okay. So, I've set aside a couple of people, in this case, SROM Music and Ice Flame X. They have a very great sense of intuition. For example, SROM Music rated in today. I don't know if you knew what was going to come to pass in this stream. And Ice Flame X coming in and letting us know. How many tricks have you made up yourself? Let's see, not that many. Probably a few more than what is on my trick list, and card trick attribution is very difficult. So, yeah. So what I have here is them, and then I also needed another pair. Normally I'd use a 4 of a kind for this. When I say normally, I mean I've only prepared this in my head a few times and physically done some stuff. But, so what we're going to do is they are really great at predicting things. And they're going to try and predict the trick that's going to happen. Now, I needed another pair, so I just grabbed the Jack and King of Diamonds. So there's really nothing special there, but normally we would just have like 4 Jacks or 4 Kings or something. Or I would use the 4 Queens and use them as fortune-telling queens because that's what we ended up doing last time. Okay, all right. Now, I'm going to grab a prediction. I'm not entirely sure while I'm shuffling because at this point I need to pull out the prediction. So, here we go. Let's try and find a card which will be a great prediction. This one looks good right here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is leave that over there, and then we're going to open it up to, I'll try not to disturb anything. If either SROM or Ice Flame X wants to, if you're on desktop, if you can click directly on the screen, it'll place a heat map there, and that will be the card. So the idea here is that hopefully either SROM or Ice Flame can correctly predict match to my prediction. Now, for anybody who is unaware of what mates are in card magic, mates are cards that are the same color and the same rank, but of different suits. So in this case, if the King of Diamonds was a prediction, the mate of the King of Diamonds is the King of Hearts. So, and if neither of you are on desktop, that's okay. I've clicked, nothing happened. What? Hold on. Try clicking again. Okay, all right. I just had to refresh. Sorry, my fault. User error. Okay, so here we go. All right, so here's the card that you have. Wait, I think it was actually this one. This is the card that you clicked. Confirmed? Yes? Okay. Alright, so I'm going to do this as fair as possible. Now, out of all of these cards, what are the odds that you would have selected the mate to this card here? And I just want to show you that, so the card that I picked was this card. Now, in order for this to match, we would need it to be the 3 of hearts, right? And that is what it is, indeed, the 3 of hearts. Now, what you may not know is that these guys, the King and Jack of Diamonds and the Jack and King of Spades, also SROM Music and Ice Flame X, is that they also knew what the prediction was going to be. Not that we set anything up, but because if I show you, they actually knew that there was actually going to be a prediction, and they have already grabbed some cards, and they are in between them. And if I show you, in between the Jack and King of Diamonds, we have the 3 of Spades. And in between the Jack and King of Spades, we have the 3 of Clubs. And that, my friends, is a brand new trick. Whew. All right. I didn't think I was going to get to do that like decently well. I thought it was actually okay. So I have to work on the pattern a little bit. I don't think I have the story that I want to tell the way that I want to tell it perfectly, but otherwise, I think it went pretty well. So, oh my God, so many heat maps. Kismet says, "Sussy wussy, it's sussy up in here." Yeah. Forloris has the and the that's so cool. Thank you. All right, good thing the heat map selected that one. I clicked about 6 cards to the left. Oh, okay. Well, good thing. You know, that might have been part of the who knows? Or destiny. Give him a little heat, Holmes. Oh man, it's getting hot in here. So let me eat all of these in my mouth. Delicious. Man, they were all over the place. That would have been really hard to grab. They're clicking all over you. Oh no. That means my viewers are touching me on the face or mouse slip. Okay, alright, excellent. Let's see here. We have a request from Iced Flame X. Okay, so I'm not touching you. Sorry, I try and read everything that's in chat the way that it's typed. For the most part. I guess there's things that I've not read before, but I think it's more fun when I do. Destiny has a name and is me. I clicked because I was feeling bad. It wasn't working. Oh! Oh. FYI, Forloris and I did not set anything up either, so just so you guys know. Alright. Actually, wait. Why am I doing this with this? We have... So normally I'll do this with the aces because it's called twisting the aces. But this was requested by Ice Flame X. So... let's use all of the kings. How unthoughtful of me. I'm sorry. Okay, alright. So here we have the 4 kings. Nam said, "Destiny. I evoked your name in agreement." Oh, oh, I see. That makes sense. Now, first things first, I have the 4 kings. These 4 kings want to do something interesting. They want to turn face up, but only 1 by 1. But if I did it like that, that would be cheating. So in this case, this would not be allowed. So we have to do it in a much more magical way. So if I hold the packet and I give it a little bit of a twist like this, that's actually going to turn up the King of Hearts right there. But if I hold the packet and give it another twist like this, you'll notice that the King of Hearts is going to turn itself face down, and the King of Clubs will turn itself face up. I know, bizarre, right? King of Clubs. Now if I hold the packet and give it another twist, you'll notice that the King of Clubs turns itself face down, and the King of Diamonds will turn itself face up. I know. That's so weird, right? So weird. Okay. Alright, so if we show you... Now, normally my pattern here is that the Ace of Spades is narcissistic and stuff, but because it's signed by Iced Flame, we're not going to do that. We're going to say Iced Flame is very in tune to his own timing and doesn't want to listen to me, to Crazy Asian. So even if I... well, first let me show you that all 4 cards are face down. But even if I give it a twist, that's not going to get Ice Flame to turn face up. So even if I give it 2 twists, cumulatively, that's 3 magical twists. Some people have told me that. Simple arithmetic, I understand. But look, all of the cards are still face down. However, what we need is to get people to follow Ice Flame X because he is newly affiliated to celebrate the party. So you can do that by A, following him, and then B, if you're on desktop, go ahead and click on this packet to represent the followers that are in and around Ice Flame X. So the more we can pile on, the better. And if anybody cares, we can't connect and track heat maps to anybody. So go ahead and do that. And let me know if it's not working in the chat, if you've clicked and it's not showing up. Let's see here. Let me also catch up with the chat here. 'Twas Kismet. Bizarre! Okay. Alright. I clicked. Alright. Excellent. We have somebody that will hopefully convince Ice Flame X to turn face up. Here we go. There we go. Great positioning right there. And that, my friends, is Twisting the Kings, because we use the Kings today. I tapped on my phone. I think on mobile it doesn't work. I think on mobile the heat map doesn't respond. And that, my friends, was Twisting the Aces with Kings for Ice Flame X. Thank you so much for the 1,000 bits. Thank you so much, Ice Flame X. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you kindly for the claps and applause. Forlorus, Gibson Lens, E-Room, Kismet, Ice Flame X, and S-ROM. Let's see. While I'm here, let me go ahead and eat this heat map. Delicious. Delicious heat maps. Okay. Woo! Okay. All right. Next trick we have is a trick requested by Forlorus. Thank you kindly for the request. And let's see. Last time I did an impromptu version of this trick because normally you're supposed to find 1 card. We found 2 cards last time, so that was great. I think we'll try and do it regularly today. That's the hope. Okay. All right. First order of business. This would not be impressive unless you can see the things that are happening. Okay. Let's give these a little bit of a shuffle. Okay. All right. First things first. I think we're going to need a card. No, wait. Yeah, we're going to need a card selected. Let me go ahead and spread. And then if anybody... That's not a great spread. But you know what? That is not today's theme. I'm not spreading good today. This is a funny story because I was having a snack, cheese and crackers, and it was a soft cheese. And I couldn't spread the soft cheese. And I'm like, so it's very bad. Okay, so we have somebody that's already clicking on one. I think it's this one. Okay, does anybody else want to throw another one into... you know what? Okay, 2 votes on that one. Okay, it's solid. It's solid. I don't... Always stretch before you spread. Okay, let me do the retrospective stretch. This is a reminder, if you've been sitting in the same place all day, stretch it out. Okay, so I don't want to see this card. So let me go ahead and eat these heat maps. Delicious. And I'm going to go ahead and turn my head away, close my eyes. Closing my eyes, turning my head away. I'm going to go ahead and flip the card over. Hopefully you guys see that. I'll give you a couple seconds. Hopefully somebody has remembered it. I'm going to turn it back face down. Okay, I'm going to open my eyes and turn my head back. Okay. All right, let me know in chat. Does somebody have this? It won't be as impressive if nobody has this. so we can have somebody confirm before I lose it back in the deck. Yes, okay, excellent. Forloris has it. Thank you kindly, Forloris. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and place it into the deck. We're just going to lose it like that. And let's see here. Now at this point, I am a talentless schmuck. I don't know any magic. The deck sock does it all. So here we go. Deck sock, touch the deck. There we go. Do we believe that the deck sock has done anything? Those of you who have been here before and have seen the deck sock at work, you probably know. Alright, deck sock. What do I do? Spread the deck. Oh, let me take Kismet's advice. Stretch before I spread. Ugh, the sock looks stiff. Oh, okay, hold on. Let's stretch out the sock too. Oh, there we go. Yes, look at that. Stretching out the sock too. Okay, now we spread. Okay, here we go. Now, if I spread the deck, you're going to see one card kind of stand out. It happens to be this one. Okay, it happens to be a red card. Okay, important question. Kismet says, much better. Thumbs up. All right. I want to do it up here, but you can see this better. Important question. What was the card? Feel free to let me know in chat, because this should now be your card. Hey, welcome in, Candace. I'm hoping it's the King of Spades, because it is! Ice Flame, you are making a cameo once again. Iceman's card, excellent. Okay, cool, excellent. Now, here, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and take this card out, and we're going to make another selection. So, this is what we're going to do. I'm just going to riffle through and just stop somewhere. Okay, that didn't seem so solid. Alright, how is this? Is this break? I'm just everywhere now. Man, Iceflame X, you are. Is somebody happy with this, or do you want me to riffle again and choose a different spot? Let me know. Because where we cut will basically determine, you know. It's fine like that. Okay, great. Alright, so. Now, before we proceed, I just have to tell you that the deck sock needs to stretch a little bit. There we go. But, okay, so I'm going to show you the card that we cut at. I'm going to close my eyes, look away. So closing my eyes, looking away, I'll go ahead and reveal. Hopefully you guys can see that. I'll give that a couple seconds. Okay, I'm now going to place it back on top of the deck. I'm going to turn my head back, open my eyes. Okay, making sure. Does somebody have that card before I close it up? Yes, alright, somebody's got it. Thank you kindly for Loris. Okay, here we go. We are now going to be closing this up once again. And the deck sock is now going to work its magic. I don't know why the deck sock made like a laser noise from my mouth, but that's that's the absurd situation that we find ourselves in today. We have a heat map. Awesome. Delicious. Welcome in, Chris M. Yee. How's it going? Chris M. Yee and Gibson Lens. Doing the deck socks. Yes, if anybody didn't know, relatively new emote. Deck sock hug. Charlie's Beats got him too. Excellent. Okay, so now as Kismet has said, always stretch before you spread. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Stretch. Okay, now I'm going to spread. Spread, spread, spread. Thank you for giving Chris M. Yee a shout out. Yeah, if you're not following Chris M. Yee, please give Chris M. Yee a follow. Variety Gamer also has a show called The Clip M. Yee Show, and we'll highlight, fun clips from across the Twitchiverse. I'm calling it the Twitchiverse, so that's not a real word. I only give quality advice. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, I guess currently in my stream you have not proven yourself wrong, Kismet. So I don't see anything. Dexock, did you do something weird? Did you not stretch enough? Was that it? Okay, hold on. Let's give you some extra stretch. Lol, what? Okay, here we go. All right, once again, Dexock's going to do the magic, and we're going to spread. Quality, wholesome advice. One of my favorite phrases across Twitch, I'm going to say to what Kismet just said, quality, wholesome advice. Plausible deniability. All right, important question. What was the card for real now that you had that we cut to the second one? Ten of diamonds. Oh, okay. All right, Dexock, you're gonna have to bail me out on this one. Oh, okay. Dexock says I just have to flip this over. All right. Here we go. 10. Is that the 10? 10 of diamonds! Yes, thank you very much, Dexock. You are oh so magical. I bow to ye magical power. Great job, Dexock. You're doing so good. She did not, OMG. Yeah, there it is. 10 of diamonds. All right, and that, my friends, was the Chicago opener, also known as Red Hot Mama. Thank you kindly for the request for Loris. Greatly appreciate it. Let's see. Thank you kindly for the claps. E-Room, Charlie's Beats, Gibson Lens. Let's see. Oh, so I should probably start putting the numbered streams in my stream. Let's see. So today is actually Magic Stream 49. So that means after today, in 3 more Magic Streams, it will be Magic Stream 52, which will be an amazing day. Not only are there 52 weeks in a year, although that's going to be off from my 1 year starting because I had to front load a bunch for becoming affiliate, and then I had to skip a few throughout the year. But anyway, so 3 more streams after tonight will be stream 52, Magic Stream 52. Are you going to use a naughty deck for stream 69? I mean, that's a great idea. And you know what? I have a confession. I already have a naughty deck. I just don't know if I should show it on stream. But for stream 69, I could probably be persuaded. Kismet says a wholesome question. And ayo! Hype! Yes, hype. So not only are there 52 weeks in a year, 52 standard cards in a deck, excluding jokers. Stickers on the naughty bits. So actually, this deck is probably acceptable in terms of it's not actually showing anything, but so it's actually I don't know if Bicycle made it, but it's basically made on Bicycle stock, and it's all the cards, they look as though they would look, except all the face cards are just disrobed. So but anyway, Chris M.Ye has redeemed clear plastic cards. All right, Chris M.Ye. If you would like to request a trick, preferably that has the impromptu tag on it, then we can scandalous shuffling, small and clear plastic. Oh my God. Okay. All right. Okay. Let me get the clear. And actually, Chris M.Ye, you've requested clear plastic. You have two choices. Two definitely against TOS. All right. Well, we'll figure that out for stream 69. But until then, okay, first things first. All right, let me figure out which clear deck that Chris M.U. wants first, and then the second thing is we're going to scandalous shuffle. We'll use that as the clear, and then the small. I have to fish those out because they're in the box over here. All right, Chris M.U., we have the standard clear ones that you're used to seeing. I think you've seen these ones before. But we also, and I introduced this last time, I didn't think they're as good visually, but then again, I don't know, these aren't that great either. So, okay, Chris M.E., is this you? Is that saying, okay, these are the clear cards that you want to see? Or is this somebody else's vote? Just want to double check. All right, while we're doing that, yeah, that's me. Okay, great. Okay, so for anybody who doesn't know, I have a redeem, and it's called Scandalous Shuffling. So what we do is we grab two completely different decks, and then we shuffle them together. That's I haven't seen that deck before. It's so cool. Yeah, so now I have two clear decks to choose from. So there we are. And then, okay, we'll use, here's small, here's mini cards. Okay, small and then clear and plastic. It's extra clear, yes. You can see so much more through the center of it. The corners are pretty readable, but it's tough like during a magic trick if I'm doing a bunch of things so quickly. But anyway, okay, so I have to do this scandalous shuffling redeem. Alright, so here we are. We have small cards, and in comparison to regular size, here is a regular standard bicycle card. Here's a small card. It is actually precisely half of one of these. If you took two of these, it is exactly... No, it's not even exactly. It's a little bit smaller than a playing card. And then these plastic ones are pretty much the same size. Yeah, they're basically the same size. Okay. Alright, this may pain me a little bit more because I've not done clear with non-clear. I suppose at least you made it small, so it'll hopefully be easier to sort out after the fact, but I don't know if it would be as easy if they were the same size. Delicious. Okay, here we go. Scandalous. Where the heck did you get that Blockbuster shirt, online shirt? Oh, I'll tell you the story after I do the scandalous shuffle, Chris M.E., but great question. Okay, here we go. Everybody ready? Prepare your bodies. We're going to get a scandalous shuffle right here. Oh, I can't even like riffle the small ones. They're so stiff. Man, I need like a phrasing like Infozar has. All right. Maybe if I just do it this way. Interesting. This is actually a struggle. I'm not going to lie. Hold on. Let me just bend this and see if that helps because I just can't get like tactility on the small. Maybe if I just don't move the small ones. The big ones I can move. I can riffle. Sorry for the groaning. Hopefully it adds to the effect. or it disgusts you, one or the other. Okay, okay. I've gotten the riffle to interleave almost. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, oh, before they fall apart, I'm going to push them in. Okay, here they are, half sitting out, half half in. And now we're going to push. Yeah, I know. That sounds disgusting. You're welcome. The chaos! Oh my god, this is brutal for my brain. Okay, let me hold, let me just pick this up. Okay, let me just hold this up, just so you could see on camera. So yeah, this is like the thick, stiff part. And then this is the part that only has the clear cards, because all of the narrow cards are, or sorry, all the small cards are in here. There we are. Okay. Thick, stiff part. Yeah, there we go. So that is a scandalous shuffle redeem. So, oh yeah, I originally did added the redeem because checking the gaff meter gets has some issues when we shuffle different cards together, and so this is a redeem kind of inspired by that. Okay, all right. Let me grab. Hold on. Oh, don't tell me I have to actually sift through these. Is that? Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, maybe if I just strip out. No, no, that didn't work. Okay. Okay, this is going to be a huge mess. There's still a card in here. Alright, luckily they're clear. I can't see through the whole deck, but it's like various chunks of it. Okay, let me just double check. I think all the clear cards are out. Importantly, we need all the clear cards to not have one in there because we're going to be doing a trick with them shortly. Okay, alright. There we go. That, my friends, is a scandalous shuffle. Is this a trick? I can't tell. No, 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 this is not a trick. Chris and me, this is absolutely not a trick. This is purely to inconvenience me and cause pain to some other people who don't like different sized things. Oh god! Oh, I knocked over my water bottle, but luckily it's closed. Okay, whew. Alright. There we go. Okay. Now, before we get to, oh yeah, so Chris and me, feel free to, or if you just want me to pick, just put a magician's choice into the trick list, and we will do that after we do too many cards, as requested by Charlie's Beats. Okay, hold on, I've got to find some cards. Give me a second. Okay. Then I think I need a 3. Okay, 3. There we are. Okay. So we have a 5, 4, 3, 2, and ace of diamonds. All right. E-Room says, bedtime for E-Room. Thanks so much, Nam, S-Rom, and chat. See you all soon. All right, E-Room, thanks for stopping in. Have a great night. Okay. So we have an ace, a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5 of diamonds. Now, what I'm going to do is, if I go ahead and I take the ace and I place it into the middle of the packet. It's not on the top, and if I show you, it's not on the bottom. But if I push it in, if I snap, that's going to make the ace jump up to the top. I know. Interesting, right? Now, let me go ahead and do that again. If I take the ace, place it not on the top, not on the bottom. If I snap, that's going to make it jump back up to the top. I know, you're probably thinking, Nam, that's so hard to follow because there's too many cards. And I would be like, you're right. I have 5 cards in my hand, and you only have 2 eyes. So let me go ahead and take one out. Alright, let's do this again. But now we have 4 cards. So if I take the 2 and I place it not on the top, not on the bottom, just push it into the deck. All I have to do is snap. And actually that's going to bring the 2 back up to the top. I know, interesting, right? We'll do that one more time. Not on the top, not on the bottom. Snap, the 2 hops back up to the top. And you're probably thinking, Nam, that's so hard to follow. Because, yes, I know. There's 4 cards. You only have 2 eyes. Alright, let me go ahead and remove this. Okay, let me go ahead and do something a little bit different. So, let me flip these cards face up. And, alright, so now we have to do something with the 3. So, I'm going to go ahead and put the 3 in between the 4 and the 5. And if I give the packet a little bit of a shake, that's going to do something different. Because if you'll notice, the 3 has turned itself face down. I know, super bizarre. But if I turn the 4 and the 5 face down, and I place the 3 in between them, like that, and you give it a little bit of a shake, that will actually turn the 3 back face up. I know. That is strange. And I know what you're thinking. But Nam, that is so hard to follow. And I'll be like, you're right, there are 3 cards here, and you only have 2 eyes. So here's what I'll do. I'll take this out. Hello, welcome in, I'm Uni. How are you doing? We're in the middle of a trick called too many cards. Okay, so we've got 2 cards left. We have the 4 and the 5 of diamonds. Now, if I go ahead and I take the 4 and I place it on the bottom, and if I snap, that's actually going to make the 4 hop back up to the top. I know, and the bottom actually is still on the bottom. Now, that's fine, that's fine. Now, what we're going to do is, what if I go ahead and I take the 5 now, right? So if I take the 5 of diamonds and I place it on top if the packet was face down, right? Actually, you know what? There's actually no reason why anybody should be complaining now, because there's 2 cards and you have 2 eyes, so you should be able to follow everything. But you know what? I'm just going to do one more thing, and you guys, I'm going to go ahead and remove the 4. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and remove the 4. So there's only 1 card left. So you should be able to tell me which card this is. So if you've told me that this is the 5 of diamonds, I'm sorry, you're incorrect. I thought it'd be so easy to follow. It is a red 5, though. It happens to be the 5 of hearts. And it's the 5 of hearts that's signed by Charlie's Beats, the requester of this trick. So, and that, my friends, is too many cards. See, Uni says, doing good, drinking tea. Excellent. I am also drinking tea. I'm having a black tea today. I have black tea most of the time. Thank you kindly for the claps. Chris M. Yee. I'm Uni. Unfocused in IA. Hello, welcome in. Charlie's Beats. Candace. Yeah. Let's see if we can get a shout out for Unfocused in IA. If anybody does not know, Unfocused in IA, also known as Nalani, variety streamer, does music, does video games, does arts and crafts, and also plays Stream Raiders. So if anybody is interested, definitely give Unfocused in IA, Nalani, a follow. Let's see here. And then let's see here. Oh, hey, welcome in, Nala Tanuki. How are you doing, Nala Tanuki? Checking the gaff meter! Welcome in, and thank you kindly for the 10-month resub! Oh my god, my mind is being blown. The epicenter of all those emotes was my mind. Like, thank you so much for the resub. And checking the gaff meter, I don't know if you were here earlier, but we did have a scandalous redeem. And the scandalous redeem was shuffling in normal-sized clear cards with small cards. So you're probably happy that you missed that. So, yes. And then, let's see. Also, our friend Nala Tanuki. If anybody is not following Nala Tanuki, please give Nala Tanuki a follow. Nala is actually not Nala Tanuki's name. It's actually Nala's cat's name, but Lillian. And so, plays piano. Also, actually plays some of Gibson Lens's originals. So, yeah, please give Nala Tanuki a follow. Scandalous redeem sounds naughty. Oh yes, it is. It was indeed naughty. Actually, Nala Tanuki, yes, it was. You would have been proud. Sorry, naughty Nala would have been proud. Yes, you're welcome for the shout out. Let's see. All right, and that was too many cards. Okay. Thank you kindly for that request, Charlie's Beats. Okay, so now we have the clear card redeem for a trick. Magician choice, so that I can just pick. Thank you for that, because sometimes I have to do weird logistics. I also discovered that this deck is probably not the best to do all tricks with. So, let's see what I can. I got you. All right, thanks. I thought you were about to say my Queen of Spades disrobed or something. That's that's funny. That's not the first time tonight that we've talked about face cards disrobing. So, anyway, you missed that as well. Oh, man. So many things coming full circle tonight. Alright. So I have to actually come up with something that I'd be okay with for these clear cards. And I don't know what it would be. That is funny, yes. So for anybody who missed it, this is actually my 49th Magic stream. So that means the three after tonight, the third one from tonight after tonight, will be 52. So that is a big milestone. And then also somebody brought up, well, what are you going to do for stream 69? And I'm like, well, okay, that's got to be a milestone too. So we'll figure out. And then I told them about this deck that I have where it is actually a naughty deck. So it is a deck in which the face cards are disrobed. Not fully. I think critical things are covered, but it's effectively a naughty deck. So I've never shown that on stream. I almost thought that maybe I should never show that on stream, but you know what? Maybe for stream 69, that is... Delta Crab Music, hello, welcome in. How's it going? Yeah, Check the Gaff Meter says, yeah, I get that. Check the Gaff Meter says, ah! Now Tanuki says, nice. Chris MB says, wait, a nudie deck. No, it's not a real full nude deck. No, it's just, it's actually a, I don't know if it's Bicycle official, but it's on like the same stock that Bicycle decks would be on. So, let's see. You've got a TNA deck. What? Like a burlesque deck? You know, that's probably the closest. Yeah, it's close to a burlesque deck probably. Oh yeah, thanks for giving Delta Crab Music a shout out. If you are interested in listening to groovy tunes and music loops and just an overall good time, if you like the dirty talk that's going on here, there's also dirty talk that goes on in Delta Crab Music. So please give Delta Crab Music a follow. I didn't know Sleight of Hand could get so naughty. You would be surprised what a magician can do with his left hand. Alright. So, where was I going with this? I'm too busy trying to come up with like dirty jokes, and I'm not trying to figure out what trick would be best for Chris M. Yee and the Clear Deck Redeem, which is next. So, let me actually think of Clutches Pearls. So, okay, let me see. What have I also not done in a while? You know what? Chris and me, how would you like to see the Devil's Elevator with these clear cards? So I think that would be decent, and I'm pretty sure I could do that. This Steam is really going off the rails well tonight. Oh yeah. Delta Daddy! Oh man. Man, chat is like getting steamy in here tonight. You gotta tone it down now, Kismet. Here, you need to protect her ears. I still want some of your special candy. Oh, now let's talk to Kismet there. My innocent ears. Y'all crazy, and I love it. Me too. What am I searching for? I'm searching for... Okay. Okay, Christmas, you said sure. Alright, great. Alright, just double checking. Alright. Boom, 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 boom. I just realized I could probably do this while the camera is on. Okay, so let me find one more card. I'm looking for one more black 9. Okay, alright. Place those off to the side. What we have: 5, 4, 3, and 2 of diamonds. Hopefully you can see that these aren't bigger, but because we're using the clear cards, that's as good as it's going to get. And then we have our black 6s and 9s, because at certain angles it'll look like 666, because this is the devil's elevator trick, and it will look thematically correct. 666s. Okay, so what we're going to do is let me first leave these 4 cards, the 4 6s and 9s, over here, and I'm going to lay out the 5, 4, 3, 2 of diamonds. So here's the 5 of diamonds. I'll lay that there. Here's the 4 of diamonds. Lay that there. Here's the 3 of diamonds. Laying that here. 2 of diamonds. Placing that on the top. Now, for those of you who did not know, hey, welcome in, Umbran Crow. How's it going? So these are going to represent the levels of hell. It's harder to see, but the devil just put in clear floors, so you can easily see through them. It's basically what's going on. Now we have we have first level, second level, third level, fourth level, and fifth level. Now, if we place the 2 in the second level of hell, in order to escape hell, the easiest level to escape from is the topmost level, because the deeper you go, the further it is. Now, there's one disadvantage to having the clear deck being the devil's elevator, because if we have the 2 go in, they have to find the devil's elevator, which is now much more concealed. You can't see the elevator buttons, but rest assured the elevator buttons are still there. You just can't see them because you see through them. So I just have to go ahead and press the up button because it's still there. You can't see it. That's all. And Charlie's Beats is on top of the ding because now that 2 of diamonds has actually come up to the top. You can see that's the 2 of diamonds. Now if I grab the 3 of diamonds and I'm going to place that in the third level of hell. Okay, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. It's harder to see like depth, I think, with that, with the clear ones as well. The easiest way to escape hell is by graduating Catholic school. I can't make this stuff up. That's comedians in my chat, everybody. Alright, pressing the elevator button. Umbran Crows, a story of my life. Ding! And the 3 has hopped back up to the top, making it easier to escape hell. Now, some people believe that there might have been... So, here, let me just show you. These are the same black cards that we've been using the entire time. Now if I place the 4 in the fourth level of hell here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we press the elevator button, the jokes I want to make right now, you are entitled to make them so long as you're following TOS, but we've had a pretty dirty night tonight, so go for it. All right, so that was actually what brought the 4 up to the top. I missed one. What? Okay. All right, and we do have just the 4 cards in here. Some people thought maybe I was using more than 4 cards to represent hell, but if I place this one clearly on the bottom, in the 5th level of hell, like that, and we go and press the elevator button. Dirty Knight, too bad your name isn't Mike. I hear Mike is a very magical man. This is considered a dirty night? I mean, I don't know. I try and normally have a wholesome stream, so that's not like, yeah. That teleporter, oh, and that ding. Thank you so much for the ding. I believe that was Imuni, yes. The 5 has jumped up to the top, and that, my friends, is the Devil's Elevator with clear cards. Okay, whew, alright. I know that I do this one pretty often, yeah. So let me do a bonus trick for Chris M. Yee's clear card redeem as well. Let's see. Thank you kindly for the claps. Nala Tanuki, Chris M. Yee, checking the gaff meter for the applause. Umbran Crow. Charlie's Beats. Okay, let's see. What could I do? Okay, alright. Let's see how this goes. I just want to see how this would look at the end. So, alright. I just realized having a card selected with this deck is like impossible, because I'm not actually going to know which one somebody puts a heat map on. But let's give it a try. I just want to see how ridiculous it is. So if anybody's on desktop, just feel free to click. Okay, we got 2 clicks. We got 3 clicks. All right, excellent. Let's okay, I'm going to pull these out. I'm going to try anyway. So I think it's that one, and I think it's this one, and I think it's this one. Okay. All right. Okay, I pulled those out. Well, they're kind of off screen, but okay. Hopefully you can see that. All right, great. Okay. Full disclosure, I don't know if this is going to work with the clear cards, but we're going to do it because why the hell not? Nothing is impossible when there is magic in the air. I know. Well, I'm not saying it might be. I might reveal some secrets of magic. Okay, so here are the 3 selections. We're gonna have 3 selections here. Okay, one of them was the ace. I was gonna use the aces, but you know what? I can pivot. We're gonna you know, those are all red cards. So let's go ahead and find black cards. I would use 3 or 4 black face cards, but since you can't really tell what they are anyway, you'll just have to trust me on that one. Okay, alright, so the cards, if anybody wants to note that Phil Collins said he feels it in the air tonight. Oh, yeah. Alright, here we go. So if anybody wants to note them in chat, the 3 selections are the 8 of Hearts, 3 of Diamonds, and the Ace of Hearts. Okay. Lol, Magician just said trust me. Alright. Okay, and then the other cards that we have that I'm using as my assistants are the King and Queen of Clubs and Spades. So those are going to be the assistants. Okay. Alright, next. Let's lose our 3 selections into the deck. So I'll put this one kind of like into the middle-ish. And then what we're going to do is take this one, and we're going to place that one towards the top-ish. And then what we're going to do is place this one towards the bottom-ish. Okay. And just show you guys I'm not holding any breaks or anything. Okay. Now, with these cards, they are bounty hunters. They're going to try and find all of those cards. So, here we go. Queen of clubs. Gonna find cards in the deck. Okay, next one. King of clubs. Gonna try and find cards in the deck. Okay, and then King of spades. And then finally the Queen of spades. Here we go. It's gonna hide in the middle of the deck. Now, some people are probably wondering, are the helper cards on the top of the deck? And to that I say no. And then are they hiding on the bottom? And to that I will say no. But actually they've searched for the 3 selections in the middle of the deck, because watch. If I spread, you'll see that there's 4 face-up cards. And you can't exactly tell that there's 3 cards in between them, but it'll be more clear when I clear the rest of these. Pun intended! Yeah. This is what we've devolved into tonight, everybody. Okay, so we have these 3 cards right here. And what were our 3 selections? I believe they were the 8 of hearts, the 3 of diamonds, and the ace of hearts? Yeah. Let me just hold those up just so you guys can make sure. And then these are the kings and queens of clubs that acted as our helpers. So yes, so you can verify. And yes, there's only 1 of each one in the deck. If you were here, you can inspect the deck. It's legitimate. And that, my friends, is also Apex Aces with the clear cards as well. So, all right, Chris M. Yee, thank you so much for the clear deck redeem. Hopefully you enjoyed that. And that was a little bit challenging for me. So, I thought it was okay. There's some parts that make it a little bit more difficult. I think I have to be extra precise. I don't think I was extra precise, but I was good enough that I don't think it made a big difference. So, Nalatanuki says, "Wow, how the heck?" Forlore says, "What?" Umbran Crow says, "I completely missed that joke." Oh, I mean, it wasn't like a good joke, because I hope it was very clear. And then I was using clear cards. That was the pun. That was it. Sorry, now I have to explain it. Sorry, I'm trying to follow this. Yeah, I'm slow. Just keep going. We'll be here all night trying to break down the info. Thank you kindly for the claps. Gibson Lens, Ice Flame X, Nala Tanuki. All right, excellent. Woo. Okay, we have a request from Ice Flame X. All right, this is not a. Thank you kindly for the applause. S-ROM Music. Okay, this next trick I am unable to do with the clear cards. But you'll see why at the end of the trick, if you haven't seen it. And if you have seen it, you know how it's going to end. So how do you do my tarot redemption? Oh yeah, that's right. Umbran Crow, I did see you redeem. So I would attempt to do a magic trick using a tarot deck, which I have somewhere over here. So if you can request a trick from my trick list, hopefully it's one that is if there's one that has the impromptu tag, I should be able to use any deck. Also, I should be able to use a tarot deck for it. But there are some tricks that I can't use any deck for, so feel free to request one, and then I will use the tarot deck for that trick. Let me just double check and make sure I have pertinent tarot deck here. Hold on. Where are you, tarot deck? Here, tarot deck. Where are you, tarot deck? Alright, I have two other tarot decks. I can't find my steampunk one. That's the one that I normally use. Oh, it's over there. Okay. Never mind. I found them all. I have them all. Where were we? We're going to be performing Trading Kings. Okay. Vampire card trick. Vampire card trick is not impromptu, so I will not be able to use the tarot deck for that one. Okay. All right. I don't have done. Okay, just put a magician's choice into the queue, and then I will figure something out for you. All right. Iced Flame X. Have you seen Trading Kings before? Have you seen me do this trick, or you don't know? I don't know what any of these are. I'm part of the way into tarot though. Still not okay. All right. I'll throw a magician choice for the tarot deck into the queue for you. You have no idea? Okay, great. All right. Ice Flame X. I'm going to ask you to select two suits in a moment, and they need to be different. So think of one black suit, so either spades or clubs, and then think of one red suit, either diamond or hearts. Don't tell me yet, but just think about them, and then you can tell me in a moment. Brand Crow 1215. Okay, there we go. And then I'm just going to move that above the Rubik's Cube solve, Charlie. With tarot. Okay. I always request random. Oh, okay, excellent. Well, that's good to know. All right, excellent. Okay, Ice Flame. So this is called Trading Kings. I have. Is this centered? Okay, is that better? Yeah, there we go. Okay. If that's the one that works, I'll let you pick. Okay, cool. All right, so I have two piles of cards. They're all kings, and if I show you, they're from different decks because these are all red-backed cards, and then these are all blue-backed cards. Now, a moment ago, Ice Flame, I asked you to select two different suits, one black and one red. Okay, at this point, I'm not going to cut away. These will stay on screen. My hands are empty. Go ahead and tell me which two suits you selected. So one would be a red one. It would be either a diamond or heart, and then the other one would be a black one, club or spade. So let me know what those are. Little Devil by Paul Hell. Oh, okay, yeah. Little Devil will work, yes. Excellent. Diamonds and spades. Okay, alright, excellent. Here we go. Diamonds and spades. Would you believe that in each one of these piles I've turned a card face up? So Ice Flame X has selected diamonds and spades. So here we are. I'm just going to show you diamonds and spades. Now, Iced Flame X. I don't know if that was not impressive. That's okay. I understand. All I did was spread some cards. Oh, I forgot to stretch before. Oh, okay, hold on. Okay. But would you believe that not only did I flip them face up, but I actually swapped their piles too. Umbran Crow, thank you kindly for the claps. But we're not done yet! If you've ever seen Ron Popeil. But wait, there's more! Not only did I flip them face up, they're actually flipped. So actually this King of Diamonds is actually the red-backed King of Diamonds. If I show you. And this King of Spades is actually the blue-backed King of Spades. I know, right? Okay, that's alright. That's right. That was just the 1-2. Nala Tanuki says, "Come on, crazy. Ugh." Sorry, I added the but I just assumed that that was there. But not only that, I did lie to you earlier. I did say that they were all kings before. That was a lie too. Because would you believe that that's all you could have selected? Because if I show you the rest of these cards, actually, there's no other kings on any of these cards. And that, my friends, is Trading Kings. And that's the uppercut. There you go. Nala Tanuki says, OMG. OMG. Alright, let me see if I can grab these heat maps here. That was a horrible grab, but that's alright. It's tough when they're like separated. If it's all clumpy. See that? Alright, and thank you kindly for the claps. Chris M. Yee, Iced Flame X, Nala Tanuki. Thank you so much. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Thank you kindly for the request. Iced Flame X. Good random, good random. I like performing that one. I feel like that's one of the tricks where it's like, it just keeps on going. Like, what? Then by the end, you're like, how? How the hell? So the first time I saw that, I was like, what? Like, no, what? How, what? No. So like, even though I was a magician at the time, I didn't have enough experience know how to do it. I'm like, what? How, what? Like, so that was my experience there. Okay. All right. Okay. Tarot. Let me see. Can I use the big tarot deck cards? I don't normally use these often, so it might be easier to do this. Okay. I just gotta remember how to perform it. Alright, so we will do a trick called Little Devil. So this is similar to the trick that I did earlier, the Devil's Elevator, but we're going to be doing it with tarot cards. So this is a different tarot deck. Let me show off the deck before we do anything. So, man, we had a lot of redeems tonight. Okay, so this is a different tarot deck. So I have a steampunk tarot deck. That's over there. It's kind of slightly out of arm's reach, so why I'm going over here. So this is the Enchanted Map tarot deck. So these don't follow the typical arcana, if you're familiar with the arcana. So I don't think this trick really requires that we can identify everything uniquely. Everything is unique. So this one is the Wizard of Awareness. This one is the Sprite of Place. Oh, sorry. Spirit of Place? Sorry, I'm trying to read this upside down. Gentle Gardener. Bone Collector. Magical Map. Shifter. That's a T? Okay, it looks like a C for upside down. But anyway, so all of the pieces of art are unique in this. So we're going to need to find one that represents us trying to get out of hell, and then the other four, I mean, let's try and find some hellish ones, I guess. This one kind of looks a little bit scary. This one looks frozen. I guess we can argue hell is frozen over. Let's see. Oh, this is hot like hell. And then, let's see. Ideally, I'd like one more like foreboding one. Maybe that one. Okay. So let's use these four as the 4 levels of hell, and we'll have one as the 5th level of hell. So I chose them because this one is frozen over when hell freezes over. This one, it looks gray, and this one is a desert, so it's hot like hell. This one is solitude, so I don't know. It was like the only one that was negative. Everything else looked like it had like animals and greenery and stuff left. So, okay, now we need one to represent us. Okay, how about? Do you guys like giraffes? Do we want to be represented by giraffes? Umbran Crow, are you still there? Do you want to be represented by an elephant? I don't think I saw like a crow or a bird. I mean, this one has flamingos, so I don't know if we want to be represented by that. Because, you know, Umbran Crow. There's a bunch of... Follow the leader here. So that one has a bunch of birds on that one. Anyway, I'm trying to figure out which cards I want to do this trick with. So, we just need to determine what card we want to be represented with. And then we'll proceed from there. Flying! Okay. Oh, there's more than one with giraffes. Okay. And elephants. Okay. Huge tarot cards. Yes, these are gigantic. These are way bigger than your normal deck. So let's just compare. Here's a regular poker-sized card. Here is this tarot deck. The size is drastic. Let me see. Can I fit precisely 2? Yeah, I can fit 2 in it. So these are big. Okay. So with these cards, what we're going to do is I'm going to do something in which, hold on, let me go ahead and place our flying card. So we're going to be represented by the card flying. I'll let you pick. I'm falling asleep. Okay, great. So this is the card that's going to represent us. And then all the other cards are going to represent hell. So here are the cards that represent hell. And if we go ahead and place ourselves in the 2nd level of hell, we're going to want to rise up to the top because that's how we escape hell. So if I go ahead and I snap, that's actually going to bring the flying card. It flies up to the top. I know, right? Yeah, this deck is gigantic and unwieldy. Okay, that's alright. Now, we're going to grab it and place it in the 3rd level of hell. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. Okay. There we go. And once again, let me just go ahead and snap. And that is going to reveal that flying has hopped up to the top again. Okay. And now we're going to go ahead and place flying, not the 2nd, 3rd, but the 4th position right here. Okay, if I snap, that'll make it hop up to the top, flying. Just normally handling these cards is a little bit rough. Okay, so now here I'm just going to show you that flying is not in the pile here. So none of those are flying. But we're going to place flying in the 5th level of hell. Like that, clearly on the bottom, right? We snap. And now flying has flown up to the top. And if I show you the rest, there's no duplicates. That's Ghostlands, this is Solitude, this is the Dragon's Lair, and this is Ori Desert. Oh, Dry Desert. This D totally looks like an O. Tell me that looks like an O, because it totally looks like an O. Like, look, it's even got like an... Look, that's totally an O, right? Alright, and that is Little Devil with tarot cards. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thanks for the request, Umbran Crow. And hopefully that was alright for the tarot card redeem. Extra challenging because gigantic cards. Gigantic cards. They're big. I'm not used to doing sleights with this size of card. Yeah, Ori Osort. Yeah, that's exactly what it looked like. Oh well, fonts. Actually, a lot of people mistake fonts. Originally, before computers, fonts were like just bold, italicized, underlined. That's the font, and then what we consider fonts now, that was known as the typeface. So, all right. Okay, now we have a redeem from Charlie's Beats to do the one not magic trick on the list, and that is to solve a Rubik's Cube. I should get some sleep. Good night, everyone. Ice Flame X, thank you for stopping by. Have a glorious night. Take good care of yourself and sleep well. Thanks for stopping in. Greatly appreciate it. All right, so for anybody who has not been here when I solved the cube before, I have a cube. Let me scramble it. Okay. I used to have a card deck cube. A card deck cube? Like, same here. I enjoy your stream. I have had a day. I totally understand. Umbran Crow, have a good night. Take care. Sleep well. What do you mean, Charlie? I used to have a card deck cube. Oh, like a Rubik's cube that had like decks of cards on it, or you had a deck of cards with the Rubik's cube things on it. I had the Rubik's magic cards. Oh, okay. I see. Oh, there's Umbra Crow. Okay. All right. Yes. Oh, okay. Got it. Got it. Cool. Awesome. All right. Let's see. Last couple of times I tried to explain what I was doing. It didn't go well, so I'm going to try and explain today because I don't think there's anything else in the queue currently. So the trick queue is empty after this, so feel free to request something. Otherwise, all right, first order of business is to make the cross. I'm going to go ahead and turn certain pieces so that the edge pieces will make the cross. It'll be correct not just when these are all matching the one in the center, but also matches the ones on the side because the centers don't move in relation to each other. So I know that when I rush, things look not as good. Okay, so now I have the cross. So the cross is correct because they also match in the centers here. Remember, you have to beat 313. Yeah, that's not happening. I can't even like do the first layer in 313. Which, by the way, if anybody doesn't know, that is the current world record of a single solve cube is 3.13 seconds. And that was in a tournament. Like it's sometimes people might get better records. It's super rare, but if it's not recorded, I guess it's currently not. It's not just recorded, also not streamed. Then it doesn't count. Okay. Oh, I forgot to tell you that. So I was doing the corners, and the corners all have to match up all three sides with that center. So there we go. Chan the Magic Man, welcome in. How's it going, Chan? I'm currently solving a cube because Charlie's Beats has requested solving a cube. I've not solved one in a bit, so it's taking me a little bit longer than I think it should, but it's okay. We're still making progress. I'm also explaining. So now I'm going to do the second layer. The second layer is the not just the this one, but the middle one, or the one that's second. I don't know why they have names. I just use the names that were given to me. Okay, let's see. One other thing. Okay. So this is. Boom. Okay, so now I've completed the second layer. So you can see that all of these two layers have correctly Oh yeah, thanks for giving Chan the Magic Man a shout out. It's going great. How about you? Everything's going pretty well, Chan. We've had a fun night so far, thus far. So yeah. But if you guys are not following Chan the Magic Man and you are looking for more magic on Twitch, please give Chan the Magic Man a follow. Sorry, my dudes. Have a great rest of stream. Yeah, no problem, Nala Tanuki. Have a great night, and we'll talk to you later. And have fun. I I will assume that you're modding Keyboard Grinder. I think so. Okay. Third layer, I'm going to see this pattern, and then I know an algorithm to do to try and get to the next step. And then I see this, so then I'll do this. And I'm trying to find a fish. Okay, so now I see a fish. Yes, modding KBG. Yep. Okay, cool. As I predicted. Anyway, so yeah, if you're looking for more magic on Twitch, please give Chan the Magic Man a follow. Chan does Magic Mondays, and so please give Chan a follow and support Magic Twitch. Also, if you like retro games, Chan does play retro games, other streams throughout the week. So there we have it. Okay, so now when I see the fish, I may have to do this up to 3 times. Okay, that's 1, 2. Okay, I did it twice, and now we have all of these correct, but none of these are, well, not none, but most of them are incorrect. I'm trying to find the 2 corners that match. So I just know that these 2 are in the right place, but I have to swap these 2 corners. So we're going to do the algorithm to swap those 2 corners now. So now all of the corners should be in the correct places. So we just have this centerpiece on 3 of these sides. So this one's in the right place, but these 3 are not. So I'm going to do the thing, and we'll just determine whether I rotate things clockwise or counterclockwise to get them in the right place. And there we have a solved cube using a slightly modified beginner's method, from what I'm told, from those Cuber streamers that came in that one time. So thank you kindly for the request and the claps. Charlie's Beats, Chan the Magic Man. All right. Let's see. A couple weeks ago, I solved a 3x3 cube on stream exactly 1 minute. Whoa, that's awesome. That's like buying a ton of things, and like after tax and calculations, you get to an equal dollar amount. It's like amazing. Charlie's Beats has requested revolver fully loaded. All right. So let's do this. Let me see. I have to find some cards. Please hold. Anyway, so if anybody is interested in this trick is called Revolver Fully Loaded, because I created this modified handling of the original trick, Revolver, which uses 4 cards. But guns that are revolvers usually have a 6-bullet chamber. So I was like, I want to make a version in which there are 6. So I made this version. And hopefully I remember how to do it. To be fair, I should document how I do this trick, and I have not documented it. So that's I do have a lot of video recordings, so that I can fall back on for sure. What? Hold on, I'm missing a card. I need 1 through 6 of something, and I just opened up a different deck to try and pull it, but I don't have what I need. Okay, that wasn't going to work anyway. It's just occurred to me that I am not going to be able to use any cards from the signed deck for this. it has gotten a little bit complicated. All right, hang on. Got to open up another deck. So last time I brought up a deck box, and I almost doxed myself because I have my name and address on inside of these boxes. I'm making sure I don't have it now. So yeah, I've got to open up this, and I'm looking for some cards that I can use for this. So I guess I can no longer use... Yeah, full disclosure, I probably don't want to have signed cards for this. So that makes it a little bit difficult. That just means we have enough signed cards that it is now an issue. It's not been an issue up until now. I was able to find like suits and enough cards that were not signed, and now it is not doable. I guess that means we're doing okay. So thanks for supporting, everybody. Really appreciate it. Rivolo, what? It was insane. Never thought I would solve it in an exact amount of time. I mean, you never think, but you do enough trials. Eventually, you will get an exact amount of time, I imagine. So, let's see here. 4, 2, okay, there we go. All right. Okay. Oh, we have a, hold on. Delicious. Okay. All right, here we go. We have some cards. All right. So this trick is going to use the ace of diamonds, the 2 of diamonds, the 3 of diamonds, the 4 of diamonds, and the 5 of diamonds, and the 6 of diamonds. Because as I was just saying, revolvers have 6 chambers, and the original trick has 4 cards. I'm like, oh, I didn't like that, so let me just do it this way. Okay, so first things first, we're going to fire off each bullet in succession. So the first bullet we're going to fire off is the ace. And we're going to represent that. You'll see it turn face down. So you have to say bang, and then that will actually fire off the bullet. So that was the first bullet. So here's the 5, the 4, the 3, the 2, the 6. Ding! There's the bang. There we go. So that has been shot. Okay. Now we are going to need to fire off the 2. So here we go. Bang. And we have the 5, 4, 3, 6. And now the 2 is the one that's face down. Okay, and now we're going to have to fire off the 3. So if we do this, bang. And you'll see that there's the 5, the 4, the 6, the ace, the 2. There's the 3. And now we're going to have to go ahead and fire off the 4th bullet. Bang. And here's the 5, the 2, the ace, the 6, and the 3. There's our 4. Okay, and now we're going to fire off the 5. Bang. Watching AFK to name Din Din. Okay, so now that's the 6, the ace, the 2, the 3, the 4, and there's our 5. Now, this is probably seeming repetitive because you probably understand why they used 4 cards, because if you do 6 cards, it is quite repetitive. But from like a magician standpoint, remembering what the crack to do at any given time for this trick. Bang. Here's the 4, the 3, the 2, the ace, and there's our 6 face down, and here's the 5. So, let me go ahead and turn over the 6. Okay. So, important question. If I was to ask you, what color are the backs of these cards? What would you say? I think a lot of people would say red because that's what you saw. And so now if I show you, so there's ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Obi-Wan says black. Welcome in, Obi-Wan. So yeah, the opposite of red, typically black. In this case, it would be blue. So if I actually show you here, all of these cards are actually blue backed. And that, my friend, is Revolver fully loaded. hopefully you guys enjoyed. Whew. So you know how like sometimes when you are doing something in a video game, thank you kindly for the emotes, Charlie's Beats, Chan the Magic Man, and the claps, Gibson Lens, and Charlie's Beats. We have iced cards, ICD cards. Okay. Oh, LCD cards. Okay, LCD cards. Sorry, it's like trying to read that as a word. My fault. I'm sorry. And thank you kindly for the claps, Chris M. Yee and Obi-Wan. So, do you guys know when you're playing a video game and you're like, man, there's that crazy achievement. I want that. But, like, it's a stupid, mundane achievement. It's like, who would ever spend their time on it? Um, and, like, but you're like, man, I'm going to do it so I could say I did it. And thank you kind of for the claps, checking the gaff meter. This was kind of one of those things, right? So, like, this trick, I understand why they cut it down to 4 cards, or they made it 4 cards, because if you make it more than 4 cards, it's too long. Like, I felt like that was too long. But it was more of like an exercise, like, can I do it? Can I make it more complicated? And is it that much more difficult than the 4-card version? And I'll let you know it is just is slightly more difficult, but not that much harder. But I'm like, I just want to be able to do this to say I could do this. It's all like also at the time it added to my creativity, right? Like I'm like, oh, I've never really modified a trick like this before. So color changing cards, yes. I'm sure if you've seen enough of my tricks, you know I like color changing cards. I really like color changing cards. Let's see. Oh, did we give a shout out to Obi-Wan yet? Obi-Wan, if you are not following Obi-Wan, Obi-Wan plays guitar, practices guitar. Also happens to have a lot of Asian pop music on the song list. So I'm over there and I like to listen to K-pop, K-pop, J-pop, V-pop, C-pop, all the Asian pops. So, but yeah, please give Obi-Wan a follow. Let's see here. Okay, so the trick list is empty. What time is it? I think. Let's see. All the crazy Asian pops. Yes, that's right. Well said. Varieties of pop. Yes. So the only pop I don't really listen to is modern day American pop. I did listen to American pop back in the 90s. So Obi-Wan, no problem. You're welcome. So one of the things that I think I like is that I like groups of people and dancing. K-pop is filled with that. And back in the 90s, there was a lot more of that. There were boy bands and girl groups. And now I just don't know of like many new bands that do that in America. So it's kind of hard for me to to go that route for music. So instead, I've turned to Twitch. So by the way, look at all the music friends that we have in chat. So listening to their music, listening to my K-pop, listening to whatever I can find. But like, I don't know. I was having to, also known as A-pop, spicy girl, spicy gillers. Yeah. So the one thing that I miss was like there was a rivalry between like NSYNC and Backstreet Boys, and I'm like, oh, why do people have a rivalry? But like that helped fuel like adding more of them. But I was having this discussion with some friends of mine, and they're like, yeah, it doesn't happen in America anymore because A, it's probably more expensive to get a bunch of people and train them to dance all together as opposed to just having like one artist. So a lot of the singers that we see now that are like newer in America, they're like independent artists. Like, I mean, not independent, like not part of a studio. Independent, like they're just a single person. So it's easier from that standpoint. And then if they want to do the whole like group thing, there's other countries that currently do it better. I.e., that's why I watch a lot of K-pop. So yeah, Delta Crab says also known as A-pop. Yeah, American pop musicians don't seem to want to share the fame with a band. Yeah, yeah, Gibson Lens has a good point there. I mean, if you think about it, right? If they make 20 million, but there's five people in the band, then that's 4 million. Versus if it's just one person, then they make 20 million. So these are all just random numbers, not including taxes, whatever cuts for studios and writers and everything. Um, anyway, neither here nor there. But I've had some ideas of perhaps sharing some of my musical preferences one day when I decide to do non-magic streams. I think I've decided that I'm not going to do a non-magic stream until after 52 streams of magic, in which case, after tonight, that'll only be 3 streams away. So, in potentially a month, I may consider doing something more than just magic streams. But for the moment, let's see. Okay, we're almost at the 2 hour mark. I do want to get going because I do have work tomorrow and I didn't do my YouTube video recording. So I already did rehearse the trick at the beginning of tonight, so I'm like, I just have to come up with some nice words for it. Singing Crazy Asian. So I only sing karaoke, and it would have to be in English because I don't really sing in any other. I do know the chorus to a Super Junior song. Super Junior is K-pop. Because I don't know, like I don't know what any of the words mean. I just except for like the ones that are in English. So, all right, let's do a last call. If anybody wants to see any more magic, feel free to request. Otherwise, I will put a trick or two for the finale, and then we'll end on that. But yeah, so I have work tomorrow. I still haven't recorded my YouTube thing, and then I got to post that. So I have my new YouTube tricks come up every Monday at noon. So I've been doing that for over a year now. So that's pretty solid. Chan, excellent. You have requested Twisting the Aces. Okay, I actually want to do something interesting. I'm going to use a bigger deck. This is free on the house. You don't have to redeem for it. I'm just going to do it. Because I did do this one earlier with regular sized cards. But let's use the bigger cards because I think it'll be fun. Hey, like over 52 weeks. Yes, yeah. My YouTube has been going for over 52 weeks. I mean, I've had my YouTube channel for like over a decade. I've had various different types of content on my YouTube channel. So if you go to my YouTube channel and go back to the beginning of time, I think one of the earliest videos was like me singing, not singing and dancing, but like dancing to a medley of songs for my Mr. SHS. HS stands for high school, so Mr. Male High School pageant. I did not win, but I think if I was doing magic back then, I probably would have had a better shot. Nam's a YouTube veteran. Yes, yeah. If anybody wants to check out my YouTube, please check it out. I have things from. So I used to do. So oh man, Chris M. I forgot to get back to the story of why I have this shirt. So yes, this is a legitimate Blockbuster shirt. So this is in store to your door, Blockbuster Online. So I used to work at Blockbuster. I used to work at the video store that is now basically dead. There's only one more Blockbuster location in the world. But since the past 3 years, since pandemic, I did some cleaning one of those years. It was 2021 maybe? And I found all my old shirts that I'm like, I don't know when I'll ever wear this. So I'm like, okay, let me take them out. And if I start wearing them, they're in my daily rotation. If I don't start wearing, so I had this stack of probably 20 old Blockbuster T-shirts. And I pulled. So wait, so that Blockbuster show with Randall Park is basically the story of my life, of your life. I haven't seen that show. I've been told that I would love that show. I just haven't had time to watch that show. So I would love to watch that show, but I can assure you that if there's ridiculous things happening in that show, there are ridiculous things that have happened at the store. Yeah. Yeah. So, anyway, that's neither here nor there. But, okay. Oh, let me also compare. Okay, so the size of these cards compared to a regular deck. So these are just slightly bigger. They're not like insane. We saw some insane ones earlier, but yeah, so it is just slightly bigger. As you can imagine, it affects some sleights and stuff, but not too crazy. Okay. So yeah, one day I would love to watch that show, but I haven't watched it yet. But if you want to hear some Blockbuster stories, you let me know on a future stream. Maybe like basically when I'm not trying to wrap up this one, we'll tell you some Blockbuster stories. Okay, so first things first. I have the 4 aces, and if I want to turn them face up, and I do it one card at a time, doing it that way would be cheating because that's how normal people would do it. So I don't want to do it that way. I want to do it in a much more magical way. So if I hold the packet and I give it a twist like this, that's actually going to turn up the ace of hearts. Because look. Now if I hold the packet and give it another twist like this, that ace of hearts is going to turn itself face down and the ace of clubs will turn itself face up. Because look. Now if I hold the packet and give it another twist, that will turn up the ace of diamonds. I know, strange, right? That's so weird. Now, we have one more, and it is the ace of spades. Now, some people would say that it's the most narcissistic and egotistical of the aces because of the size of the pip. But if you didn't notice, the sizes of all the pips here are the same size. At this point, it's just stubborn. So if I show you, we've got all the cards face down. Even if I give it one magical twist, that will actually remain face down. If you give it 2 more magical twists, some people will astutely say that I've given it 3 magical twists. But you know what will help here? The deck sock. The deck sock will finish off the trick. Alright, ace of spades, turn yourself face up. And there we are. The ace of spades has turned itself face up thanks to our wonderful magical talent, the deck sock. Thank you very much. Thank you kindly for the deck sock emotes, everybody. Delta Crab says, my dad used to take me and my sis to the local video rental store after he got laid off from his engineering job. We'd go every Friday. Was one of the few things we did with him as kids. He later started his tropical fish wholesale business, which he still runs, and we grew older, so we didn't hang out with him much after. Oh, that sounds like a great, wonderful memory, and I'm sorry that you didn't hang out with him as much as, now that we're all adults, right, and some of us even have kids, and it's kind of an interesting thing to compare like your childhood with like the childhood that you perceive that your kids have or that other kids tend to have now. So yeah, definitely interesting. But yeah, I was part of the Blockbuster video community because you would see the same faces like week to week. So I had this special role at Blockbuster called the entertainment specialist. So I basically just walked around on Friday and Saturday night talking with people, trying to get them the movies that would be awesome for them. So like I was like that guy so I watched a ton of movies. So some of my old YouTube content is movie reviews because I got to rent them for free before everybody could watch every movie under the sun from streaming services. Delta Crab says, yeah, make sure to spend time with your kids if you're able, especially when they're hungry. Anyway, video rental stores were fun. I just loved hanging out there and for hours browsing. Yeah, I would make so many friends, and I actually have a couple of friends now that I made that are still my friends today that were just customers at Blockbuster when I worked there. So it was pretty cool. I think I met one of my girlfriends when I was, I think she and I dated for like 10 months or something. But yeah, so that was interesting working at the video store. Jay and the Magic Man, that was twisting the aces with big cards. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Thanks for the request, Jay and the Magic Man. And let's see, some of my other old YouTube content besides movie reviews, I did some 8-bit video game stuff for a little while. Like one of my most popular episodes of that was I explained how the NES light gun worked. I think if I was to explain it today, it would probably be hopefully better. I was a lot younger then, so. Delta Crab Music. Video Store Girl. Oh, I wanted to work on one when I was older, but they were kind of way out. Yeah. Let's see. Thank you kindly for the claps. Charlie's Beats. And then what else? I did. So other YouTube content I did was card game, board game tutorials for a while. Yeah, so if you just go back in time, you'll see I've had videos going up for over a decade. I did take like an 8-year hiatus, but um, it was like basically I was not affiliated or partnered with YouTube, whatever that meant back then. It's changed over the years, but yeah. Full disclosure, I am closing in on what I have made from YouTube in over a decade on Twitch in like a year. So clearly, I've been doing things on the wrong platform. Delicate Crab says apparently there's a vid rental store that has a movie theater and cafe that just opened up in LA. Oh, that sounds cool. Yeah, the thing is, if you're going to open up a movie rental place, you're going to have other things that draw people in right now because you're going to have to defeat basically home theaters, um, and the fact that you have like every movie, and the fact that people can pause things to go to the bathroom and have alcohol, that kind of stuff. So, where's this? I'm in LA. Yeah, Chris M.E. would be interested. Oh yeah, I know, right? Yeah, what what I make on Twitch, I used to only dream of making by gigging. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I only have one stream a week, and it's because I have a regular job and I have my YouTube, which I'm just doing mostly for fun, and I'm doing this also mostly for fun. So just tried the Alamo Draft House the other day. Excellent movie theater experience. Oh, that sounds great. If only I could have more beer. That sounds excellent. For anybody who doesn't know, I have a medical condition that is triggered by having more alcohol and red meat, so it's super unfun. But it's gout. It sucks. All right, so we're going to go ahead and close the queue, and then I'm going to add a couple of things. Did I actually add B Sisters? I think I want to do that one. Nope, I didn't. Okay, cool. Magician's Choice. And then, yeah, we'll close it on that. But yeah, I've led a super interesting. Ooh yeah, I Asian blush like crazy like crazy when I drink alcohol. So actually, I used to hold my alcohol really well. I would not get red or blush, but I would just like get drunk basically. But now I have gout, so I try and because I don't want to be completely decommissioned for taking care of my almost 2-year-old now. So, um, but yeah, I used to be a part of a lot of different communities. The one thing that I hate about growing up is that I can't be a part of all of the communities that I ever once was. So right now I'm part of the Magic community, and then before that I was part of like a bunch of different card game communities that I would play. So card games and board games. And then for a while I was part of the board game community here. And then before that I was part of the dance game community playing DDR back when I was in college and a little bit after college. So the thing is, I've kind of lost touch with a large majority of them. Just certain people I would have kept touch with, but yeah, getting old is weird. But I've lived a lot of lives, and I don't regret anything that I've done. That's another long story, maybe for another time. DDR used to play. Awesome, sweet. Try everything. Yes, except there's one person that I met that had the philosophy of trying everything once, but it was in relation to all illegal drugs he can get his hands on. Yeah, so maybe that is the exception, but everything else, yeah, for sure, agree with that. Used to play DDR before watching movies at the local Cinemark. Oh, that's awesome! Yeah, I used to play DDR. There used to be arcades at my place, not like my house, but like where I used to live. And then I played DDR for many years, and then I didn't have access to a Pump It Up machine. I like Pump It Up better, like as an interface, because so the difference between DDR is it's 4 orthogonal buttons, and then pump it up is 5 buttons. It's the 4 diagonals and then 1 center. I feel like it's just more natural, and it gives you a little bit more options for patterns and things. But I did like the DDR music a lot, and I also like the Pump It Up because Pump It Up is Korean, so mostly a lot of K-pop. I've done them all. Excellent. Ooh, really? I'm terrible at pump. Yeah, so the way that I like to play, I'm not really a perfect attacker. I like to freestyle. So if I can get the machine to myself, I will play doubles freestyle, or like pump freestyle is basically using the entire thing. So DDR is stands for Dance Dance Revolution. So in Europe, it's known as dancing stage. So Obi-Wan, you may have known it as dancing stage if in where you are it was pulled from there instead of America. So, but I don't know what it would be in Australia. So that's the thing. I don't know. Chris MU says, "Oh man, I wrote a news story about the local Pump It Up community here." Oh, awesome, sweet. If it's available anywhere, I would I would like to see it. I actually so I was part of my local newspaper for this high school program where I was on for like I don't know a couple months or a few months, and we would meet like once every 2 weeks or like month or something, and we would try and like write articles. So they were like high school articles in the local paper. So I got one article out once, and it was about DDR. So that was my one thing. Ah, okay, sweet. All right, I'm gonna have to look at this later. So I love Pump It Up, and I love dance games. The other thing is so here's the thing. I love those style dance games. I don't really like Just Dance or anything like that. Hold on. Did I not successfully add? Oh, did I clear it? Hold on. Is that what I did? Oh, no. I did. Okay. I never added it because it didn't find it. Trigger request. Okay. Anyway, this was great chatting with everybody at the end here. This is the part that I'm like, man, maybe I should have more of this during my stream. Like, the main guy in the story streams on Twitch. He's since stopped playing dance games. Oh, okay, that's a shame. It's alright. There are other people playing dance games, but yeah. I have Stepmania. It's set up over there. I could potentially one day stream it. I'd have to figure out how to angle cameras and stuff, but who knows. Not on the day in which I have gout. I have a slight gout attack today. I don't know why. I didn't even have any alcohol. Can't explain it. All right. So let's see. All right. Before we go into the finale, I just want to thank everybody who has come by and stopped by. Thank you so much for everybody who stopped by on your Sunday night. I know it's late for a lot of people in my time zone. I know it's like prime hangout time in like I guess it's also prime time in West Coast time. But thank you guys for being here. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you to anybody who interacted with the stream, whether you requested a trick, clicked on the heat map, gave a suit. Thank you kindly for the raid today, SROM Music. Thank you so much for the 1000 bits, Iced Flame X. Thank you kindly for the resub, checking the gaff meter. And also, let's give our mod some mod love. If you're not following Gibson Lens, please give Gibson Lens a follow. Plays a lot of great music on piano, and then oftentimes you'll see me over there because I also mod over there. Christopher Yee Story. SROM Music. Fantastic as always. Love your streams, brother. Well, thank you so much, SROM Music. I greatly appreciate it. You're welcome, Gibson Lens. And, let me just eat this heat map, and then we'll do our last trick, and we'll find somebody to raid. Okay. By the way, this last trick, disclaimer, if I mess up, we can't end on a mess up. So we're I'll do another trick, but let's hope, okay. So, all right. So I have 4 cards here. They are the 4 aces. So 3, 4. And I'm just going to go ahead and put the red aces. Yeah, red aces. So go ahead and place the ace of hearts there, and then we have the ace of diamonds over here. So I'm going to go ahead and place the ace of diamonds there. Now we have the black aces over here, and if I go ahead and I grab these red aces, but ethereally, just the spirit of them, and I drop them into my hand, would you believe that the red aces have jumped from there to here? If you don't, that's okay, I'm going to show you. Now, a lot of people are wondering what happened to the black aces, and they think that those are the black aces, but I said that I grabbed the red aces from here and placed them here. I never grabbed the black aces and put them down there. So if we take a look down here, they're actually empty. And one more thing, if I go ahead and I just grab the red aces from here and I blow them away, all the aces are gone, because if I show you these cards, they're now blank. Actually, each and every one of these is blank. And that, my friends, is a trick called Bee Sisters. And that concludes our magic for tonight. All right. Okay. I haven't. Yase Oz! All right. Thank you for coming in. Yase You. That was the finale for the night, so we're going to be reading out momentarily. But if you want to see more magic and you haven't, you can watch all my VODs that are up here on Twitch. I put all my VODs that fall off retention on my YouTube, and if specifically I have a 100 Tricks in 100 Days project that I did at the beginning of 2022. So I literally performed, recorded, and uploaded 100 tricks in 100 real-time days. So yeah, there we are. All right, let's take a look and see who is on, and we will find somebody to raid out of here. Okay, let me see. Is this person? I don't think I've... So last week I was debating between this person and the person that we ended up raiding. So, because I haven't rated them in a while, but okay. All right, looks like she's still going. So let's go ahead and go over to 7 Senshi. For anybody who's not aware and does not know who 7 Senshi is, flautist, plays the flute, and has a lot of anime music on the song list. So if that's your thing, definitely give 7 Senshi a follow. We're going to be raiding over there. So let's see. We have a raid call and we have a sub raid call. Please feel free to copy one of those. And we're going to head on over. All right. I think it's funny how they say that, oh, you, whoever the broadcaster is, you are like a tier 3 sub infinitely forever on your own stream. And you have infinity channel points for your own stream. That's funny. For those of you who are not streamers, that's an interesting tidbit. All right. So once again, thanks to everybody. Hopefully you guys had a great night as well. Oh my God, I forgot to thank the lurkers. Lurkers, thank you for lurking. As I always say, if I'm just here fiddling with cards, I am not really doing magic. I know how everything works. The magic happens in your mind. Okay, cool. Wow, I can't believe I almost forgot. Okay, thank you everybody else that has already come. Thank you for all the support today. Thanks for hanging out. Great hanging out with everybody. So you have a glorious night or day if you're in daytime and in a different time zone. So take care. We'll see you guys around. And we are now headed to 7 Senshi. Bye.